Hi there. I've made a lot of progress on my evolution simulator, and even though I haven't made a video on it, I just wanted to, make a little update video to tell people how I'm doing. Anyway, this is a little, I guess, a test bed uh, of full of creatures that I've been evolving for a little while, and I built a wall in the middle, and as you can see, they evolved fairly differently. If you look, you have these guys are fairly uniform in their appearance. See over here, even if you go all the way over here, you will notice kind of the same guys. They are, of course, occasionally punctuated by various other creatures that can mostly be identified by their large red circle at the end, though those are far less uniform than the smaller guys. There's also a few of these running around. Probably find one or two down here. But yeah, it's mostly these little guys, and then a few other things. If you look on the other side, however, it's also very uniform. However, you have these, where is it? Here, let me kill this guy. I've mostly fixed, oh lord, this is difficult. I've mostly fixed the creatures bugging out, but, every once in a while you still got one. Anyway, these little L-shaped guys are pretty much, yeah, it's hinged up there. These little L-shaped guys are what you mostly have on the right side, but there are a few here. You can see how these look like the starting creature. It's a little harder to see how these guys could have evolved from the starting creature. I like how it has a nice little propeller though, it's pretty nice. That one moves, but this one doesn't move. So anyway, to go through a few of the features about it, obviously it has an autosaver. It also has a manual saver. You can adjust the food spawn rates. You can have it set a certain amount of minimum creatures, so that the population never goes down to 0. You can change the mutation rate. I've got it low right now, even though I had it higher before. You can build walls to separate creatures. You can turn the debug view on and off. The debug view will show you where the creatures are looking. Plus, it will also show you, kind of a bad example right now, but it will show you the health bars on the creatures. So if you go to, I don't know, newest creature, this is a creature with full health on every single body part. Each body part has its own individual health. If the health drops down to 0, what will happen is that the body part and all body parts that are connected to it will be destroyed. But if the head loses its health, then the entire creature dies. I disabled the actual deletion of the body parts because it was causing some crashes, because otherwise I've had no crashes or memory leaks, so I'm pretty happy about that. But yeah, unfortunately this has been far more difficult to implement. But yeah, you can see that's what it looks like when they take damage. Also, it has general information next to it, so you don't necessarily have to select the creature. Go back, turn that off, resume simulation. There's a random seed you can turn on, change around. All that really does is just change how things will generate. It's not really necessary to change it. You can also go to the oldest creature, the newest, the lowest generation, the highest generation. The movement mode velocity is a little more complicated. I'll probably explain it more in a future video, but in practice what happens is it'll kind of look like the creatures are on ice. Rather than being able to set their velocity directly, they only are able to apply a force to themselves. Mutation order is another complicated thing. It determines the amount of mutations, the likelihood of a mutation to preserve the purpose of a particular byte as it is changed. It's a little hard to it tries a higher number means more coherent mutations that aren't quite as off the wall random. Anyway, if you go on an individual creature, what you'll notice is that you can now do a few things. You can kill it, which you saw before. There you go, it's dead. If you do control, you can now actually pilot the creature. I'm doing WASD, pilots the creature. You can give birth with space and move the joints, if it has any, with the number keys. If I release control, it will move manually. It gave birth. I can also view the code. So if I wanted to make it look around randomly rather than go in a coherent circle, I can do that right now. Let me look at where it is in the code. It should be look 0. look, 0, 1. I think that's too far. 90, 150, 85. 0, 200, 50, 40, 16, 0, 1. Look at 0. 200, okay. 200, 100, 40, 16, 0, 1, 220, 0, 0. Okay, this is what I want to change. Look at the bottom below on the 4th line where it says look 0, age. There you go. That wasn't exactly what I meant to do, but shit, that really wasn't what I meant to do. Look 220, 0. Shit, that's not. Yeah, it's a little hard to do this off the top of your head. I believe it would be look 0. I actually want that to be 0. I want this to be, let's do 150. Random. Change this from 0 to 200 and 200. So what this is going to do is, instead of it going in a coherent circle around, the view should kind of spaz out randomly, but it'll still be able to lock onto food perfectly well. Now if we turn on debug view, yes, see, that's what it should look like. As opposed to all these other guys that have nice coherent circular motion, I was able to edit it in real time to change how the creature looks around. It's supposed to be able to lock on the food. Maybe this particular one doesn't do it so well, because of the genes it already had. But yeah, normally it would. You'd be able to, it'd actually be locking on the food. Also, there's a graph. It automatically makes a little graph. I like that. Yeah, and it is, right now the bottom is 0, but once the graph gets all the way to the other side, it will, the lowest number on the graph will be the lowest point on the graph. It won't be 0 anymore. That's about it for now, but, yeah, there's evolution happening. There's a bunch of different things in here. Yeah, I just kind of want to do a little recap. I'll actually put out a bigger video tomorrow showcasing how, like, actual evolution that occurred, and not these creatures, but more interesting ones. But yeah, thanks for watching.